for coming to the Hagood Mill Historic Site. My name is Katie. What are your names?
My name's Tara Ann. My name's Bella. My name's Ainsley.
Awesome. We're so glad you came to play with us today. Today we are going to talk about games that kids would have played in southern Appalachia in the 1800s. So you'll notice there's some of the games are out here. Most of these things are made out of natural materials and things that folks would have created at home or would have used from trash or things that were lying around. So the first thing we're going to look at today, you'll see these pretty rings with the ribbons on them. This is called a grace game, and this was a game especially for girls. Back then in the 1800s, there were very defined gender roles. So each pair of girls gets one of these and a stick. So this is called grace games, and they were used to practice being graceful. And so what you do, you toss the ring back and forth between two girls. So go ahead in the field and practice playing the grace games. Now these hoops, they were made out of wood or vines that you would find, and you would connect them with the ribbon, extra ribbon from sewing projects. And the ribbon was always really pretty to see blow in the wind. And as you'll notice, as you get more practice, it does take a certain level of grace in order to catch it and throw it. And this is a great fun activity for girls to learn grace. All right, girls, let's move on to the next game. Next, what we're going to do is called the hoop and stick. If you've seen any old-timey movies, you've probably definitely seen this. So the hoops would come from old barrels, and then the stick would just be carved out from a stick in the wood, and you want one with this crook. So it's each. We only have 3, so someone will have to sit out for this one, and we'll take turns. Okay. So you're pretty good at it. Go ahead. See if you can do it. All right, girls, so now what we're going to do, what are we going to do with this piece of rope? What do you think? Jump rope. Yes, it's lovely how simple games can be with just things that we find around the house. Who's gonna jump? Who would like to jump? Okay. So oftentimes when, just like we do today, people sing songs while they jump rope. All right, go ahead.
1, 2, 3. Cinderella, dressed in yellow, went upstairs to kiss her fella. Made a mistake and kissed a snake. How many doctors will it take? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 doctors. Does someone else want to turn? Okay. All right, girls, now we're going to do hopscotch. Who's heard of hopscotch? Yeah, hopscotch boards are still out in school playgrounds. It's super easy. All you need is a stick, a flat, sandy, or dirty surface, and you draw out the board, and then you have a pebble or a stone. So you're going to go in order, 1 to 10, and so you throw your stone on 1, and then you're going to skip over 1, you go like this. And then you have to pick up your stone and jump over. So whoever goes next, start at number 2, and we'll work our way up. Nice. Just pick up any pebble.
Pick up the pebble. It's my turn now. Can you just start over?
No, it's fine. Okay, girls, what do we have here?
Can.
A can. And do you know when cans became common in the United States and Appalachia?
1800s?
In the later 1800s, after the Civil War. During the Civil War, cans became common. So they became something to play with. And you know what they played with a can?
Kick the can?
It's called Kick the Can, yeah. And it's like modern day Capture the Flag. So the can was like the flag. So folks would be protecting the can. So let's go play Kick the Can. Who's going to guard the can? Okay. Just right there is fine. All right, now try and get the can. So just like something as simple as a can wouldn't go to waste, neither would scrap material from sewing projects. Here is a rag doll that was made from the scrap of Phoenix's dress here. So a rag doll would serve as a regular doll, and nothing would go to waste. And also, what other kind of dolls do you know were made similar in this style? Do you know? They also made dolls out of corn husks. And so when you would harvest the corn and get ready to eat the corn, you'd shuck the husks off and use the husk to also make dolls. So at another time, we'll all make our own rag doll. And in the meantime, Phoenix has a doll that matches her dress. And then other things that were really popular, we only have 2 right now, were noise makers. So in order not to share germs, I need 2 volunteers to make some noise. Okay, Ansley and Bella, let's make some noise. Turn it around, Bella. That's a kazoo, and you hum. Hum. Try again the other way. You hum into the kazoo. Did you hear it coming out? So noisemakers were made out of whatever people could find. So that a whistle like this would have been carved out of wood. The kazoo was something that was manufactured, but other things were made that with wood clapping against each other, and those were fun. Who can imagine what these items were for? Ansley?
Drumming.
No.
Mini forks.
Mini forks? No.
Pickup sticks.
Pickup sticks. So pickup sticks is a game we still play today. So the way pickup sticks was played is you would hold the sticks up and you would just drop them. And the purpose of the game would be to try and remove sticks without moving others. So you can see how simple yet fun and challenging games were at the time. Now here's another game that was played. In this one, we're going to try and get the ball in the cup. Who would like to try? I'm not well practiced myself. Nice! Let's pass it along and give someone else a turn.
Don't do it as hard like this. Kind of flick it.
Let's give Ansley a turn. All right, let's try something else. So here we have tops, and I have 3. Has anyone ever spun a top? Okay, let's get 3 of you, and then the 4th can take a turn afterwards. Now, we don't have any boys with us today, but you know what the boys did back in the 1800s here in the mountains? Hunt? What would they hunt with?
Bow and arrow.
Not necessarily. No, they made slingshots. So slingshots were a very common toy that the boys played with, and they would kill small animals with the slingshots, practice their accuracy. And you know what they also would do? They would go play in the mountains. And you know how they got around the up and down the mountains? Sliding. Any other guesses? Do the terms vaulting and swinging mean anything to you? So what does that mean? That means they would climb a tree and they would go to the edge of a branch as far as the branch could withhold them and withstand their weight, and they would go to the next tree over as the branch bent. So they would go down a mountain that way. And our director here, Billy Crawford, he wasn't born in the 1800s, but he was raised here in the mountains, and he knows how to do that. Hopefully one day he'll be able to demonstrate that for us. So the boys did stuff that was a little bit more rough and tumble like that. And of course children used their imagination and made up their own games. And they played night out in nature. Who wants to go climb that tree right there? All right, let's go see some tree climbing.